The Fully Geek.
Welcome to episode 49 of the Fully Geeked Pod.
Jeez, 49, you know?
Yep, 49.
49 undefeated. 49, I swear.
Sorry, guys,
Yeah.
football chant. Arsenal football
Yeah,
chant.
I was going to say, I'm a couple of lots there. Like, you get me?
I'm with you, Merv, don't worry.
Them ones, isn't it? Them selfish ones.
Straight, 49 undefeated. But yes, what's been going on, people? How's everyone today?
Yeah,
Oh,
good, man. Good.
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm all right.
Yeah. I just want to start the pod and do a special shout out to the Fully Geek ladies. They did their first IGTV episode, came out this week. Yeah, it'll be in the description and that. Go and respect them out, shout them out. Do you know what I mean? Well done,
Yeah,
girl.
man. They're doing their thing, man. They're doing their thing.
They're killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, people, we're still on lockdown. Although the world feels like we're not. We're still on lockdown.
Are we?
We're not on lockdown now.
Are we?
Not now.
All right. Okay.
I'm a bit confused with how I don't understand it.
But I'm with
honestly,
you.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm confused with life right now, man.
Well, this is it. I think we're all confused. Are we on lockdown? Are we not on lockdown? So obviously Boris said, or Uncle Boris, I don't even know I'm calling him Uncle Boris anymore, you know what I mean? But
No, you got to keep up the trend, man. You got to keep it consistent.
yeah, I still call him Uncle Boris. You get me? Show me respect. Uncle Boris, he said from the 15th of June, shops are going to have to reopen. Yeah? So we had people losing their minds.
Yep.
I'm talking people are camping in tents outside Primark to get 99 pence thongs. I don't understand what's happening, guys.
Bro, the pound sale in Primark has caused the mazza, bro. It has caused absolute madness.
Like, what is going on? You had people queuing up around the block. I watched the news yesterday morning. It had these people in a shopping, like outside a shopping centre. People in their cars, just lining up, ready to get in the car park. They're like, the news reporter, so what are you going to do? First shop we're going to go to, I'm going to go Nike. What's your budget? Oh, I don't know. The kids just have been on lockdown for 3 months. We're just going to go mad. For what? Why are you spending money on Nike to go where, bruv?
You've been alright for 3 months. What's the urgency?
Like, that's it. But you're going to get the latest kicks to go where? You're still supposed to be in your house.
Yeah.
Well, apparently not.
The thing is, I hate shopping anyway. Like, I hate shopping in general, yeah? So to even just think of going shopping now when everyone's just on it's like the toilet rolls all over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I drove through Wood Green Sunday night, and then I saw they had barriers outside JD Sports, barriers outside Sports Direct. You know, like when you go to a rave and you got the metal barriers. They're all out, just like, I'm thinking, nah, seriously? Is that many people going to come shopping? But I guess it was.
Trust me. Like, I was thinking of going shopping like before the lockdown because obviously, like it's work garms and stuff like that. And when they said lockdown, I was like, oh, thank the heavens, boy, thank the heavens. I don't have to know shopping.
Boy, some of us might never have to wear work garms again, but if all of us continue to work from home, fam.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that one shirt for your video call, and that's about it.
The one shirt, no, it's not the shirt, but you know the jumpers, the collars sewn on top.
That was
polo.
Just looking.
Eye in the top of it, and it collars in the front of it. Though.
Does it hella comfortable, bro? No trousers, just don't stand up. So the shops are back open.
Yeah.
Well, seriously, what is going on, man? Like, I don't understand this at all. Because they acting like the virus has just disappeared or something. And it's like they got all the social distancing stuff all there, but when you see the pictures on the news and stuff, everyone's just crammed together. I don't. Somebody help me.
Numbers are going lower and lower and lower.
No, but today it was like 200 people died today.
It?
Yeah, the stats I got. It was lower the day before.
Like 38 or something.
I think they always say that the numbers are lower over the weekend. I don't know why. Like, I don't know if that means they can't kill people on the weekend or what have you. I don't know. I'm not going to say. I don't mean to say that, but I don't know what they're doing. Like, maybe Sunday they're easy. Because obviously the numbers that we've got today are the ones from Monday, innit?
Yeah.
But there's also, they've enforced the masks. So if you want to get on any form of public transport, you're supposed to get the masks now.
What, do they have them out at the station? Do you have to
Nah.
go buy them?
You have to go buy them. This is my point. Like, it's different if, like, as you got on the bus, they're handing out little masks.
Thank you.
Put on.
Yeah.
But I had to go to Amazon and order like 100 masks today to give my grandparents just in case they want to go out on the road to go to the shop. And I'm like, come on, it's ridiculous, man. Like, these masks, they say to you, imagine they said to us, the masks are helpless. They don't help you at all.
Thank
They
you.
don't stop them
Thank
spread.
you.
Oh,
Yeah.
but now, by the way, can you wear a mask?
For what? The public transport, I understand, because if you're close to someone and they cough or sneeze and they've got a virus and you're wearing a mask, yeah, I think it would protect your nostrils, your mouth area where the virus will easily enter in it. But like in general,
Will it
like
though?
going shopping,
Because
I don't know. I'm
if you're
guessing.
coughing and you got a mask on, that still got to go somewhere. Like,
No, I mean if someone's coughing on you, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but okay. The thing is, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't taken public transport in a long time. Like, is
And
that a
thing-
regular
yeah.
thing? Is that a regular thing? People coughing on each other.
Yeah, like no, it's
Yeah,
not.
you get
But
some-
it
you
happens.
get
It
some
happens.
people that don't cover
Yeah.
their mouth and just
It happens. Like you know what I mean.
Okay.
But
The social
but the thing is,
awareness.
about it, what they got, how they have to educate people is that the mask has to be a perfect fit. If it doesn't fit your face perfectly, it's useless because there's gaps, there's holes, there's air. It's supposed to be tight, sealed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Bane, basically, bro.
Yeah, you meant to go to a hospital and they do all these measurements and stuff. Seriously.
Yeah, but who's gonna buy those masks when you literally only want to use it to get on the bus? And literally, I'm gonna lie. I called up my granddad today. I said, "Granddad, I've ordered you some masks. They're coming." He said, "Oh, you never did call me, so I did go to the chemist and go buy some." I said, "Okay, Granddad, how much you buy?" 10 for £10. I said, "Granddad, that's teeth." He said, "That £1 each." I said, "All right." He said, "But I feel stupid with it on. Me can't breathe. It hurt him in nose." I said, "I know, Granddad. Like, you only got to do it to get on the bus." Like, he's not happy about it at all, though.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people say that when you first wear the mask, you find it hard to breathe because it's not natural to us. It's not natural, you know what I mean? Obviously, if you work at NHS, it's calm because that's what you wear all the time. But for us, the mere, you know what I mean, public, it's quite difficult to get that.
I've seen
Yeah,
a
go
lot
on.
of things where they're saying it's not good for you because you're breathing out, was it carbon monoxide,
Carbon dioxide.
and then you're breathing that back in because there's no time for it to dissipate anywhere. So you're breathing it out and then in, and so you're not getting the proper oxygen you need.
No, and this is one of my things I was saying, because I feel like between the mask, the cleanliness, we're just mashing up our immune system. So when it's ready to attack us, we're helpless.
And as you know, we need vitamin D like more than any people.
Yeah,
So all this stay inside, I don't recommend it personally,
trust me.
because that's gonna mess your immune system up as well. Like you need, and the best source is, as we know, is the sun. There's no other. So I don't know, man.
No, Merv knows the other source of vitamin
Yeah,
D.
it must do.
The egg yolk.
Yeah, that's right, bro. That's right, man. I just hold that egg yolk up in the sky, mate. They're shining down on me.
And then it was announced yesterday that EasyJet have started to catch their flights back. So EasyJet are now flying, and apparently they're doing stuff like sanitizing the whole plane. They're doing social distancing. I'm not sure how you can do social distancing on a plane. What is it going to be like? Because at the moment, the buses are like, oh, we only have 24 people on, or we have 8 people and all that kind of stuff. What, is a plane going to fly with like 15 people? Like, so everyone is spaced out? Never going to happen.
And also, what are they all going to have to wear a face mask for the entire
Apparently.
duration of a flight?
Yeah, but apparently,
So how they going to eat and stuff like that?
No,
So,
they're
I
not
mean,
doing
if
no
you're on
food.
a bus, oh, is it? Okay.
They're not serving no food.
The EasyJet is short flights.
Short flights, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but EasyJet, I think they flew from London to Glasgow. I've been on that flight before. The flight lasts 55 minutes, if that. Like, it actually takes longer going through customs than the flight.
That's mad, you know.
But you know what it is? These people, they've lost a lot of money. These airlines, they've lost so much money. They're just desperate just to make a little bit of change. You know what I mean? Just to put in their pockets and be like, there's money. Money's back. That's all. And obviously, because it's limited, the prices will go up 100%. You know what I mean? They will charge an arm and a leg than the normal charge. You know what I mean? So,
I wonder who's trying to catch them flights, though, man.
Yeah, for real.
Like,
When I saw in the news though on the plane, they just look like all the seats were full up anyway. Like everyone's just sitting next to each other.
of course they were. That's what I'm saying. Like, you think EasyJet, yeah? There's said people that want to fit you in like you're a tuna in a piece of can, yeah? Are trying to tell you about social distancing. Bro, over the years, EasyJet have made their seats smaller. They've done everything, bro. They're trying to maximize profit. They're clearly not trying to talk about, oh no, your safety.
One of my worst flights ever was when I went to Sicily a few years back. Oh my gosh! Like those that don't know, I'm a tall guy, innit? And I had a middle seat. Oh Lord of mercy! That was the most painful flight I've ever been on. My knees were finished.
Bro,
Finished.
It wasn't worse than me sitting in between you and Richard. You mad? What was that on the way back from Vegas or Marbella, whatever it was?
I can't remember. I think it was Marbella. Yeah, man. That's a nightmare for anyone, to be honest.
Hold on. You know what you got to do? You just got to pull, you know the things in the middle? The things that separate the seats? You just got to pull them up, bro. You just got to push them both up and try to relax. Just try and get a little bit more.
Try, bro. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now, yeah.
Because otherwise, yes.
It's not
the one. It's not the one.
Yeah, man.
But if we're now catching flights, does that mean Summer Holidays is back?
Well, this is the thing, because it depends on the country, because are these countries doing quarantine? Because some countries are saying if you come into a country, you have to do quarantine for a certain amount of days or even sometimes weeks. So it depends on where you're going. Like, what are the rules now for these countries when you come from? Because the UK is the worst hit country in Europe. Like, I'm sure they'll take some major precautions for British citizens.
Yeah, because it's a bit of a madness. But I'm glad, to be honest, my holiday that I'd booked was a little bit earlier, because if they then tried to tell me now I'm not getting my money back for my flight, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
Because now it looks like I'm cancelling my holiday. As opposed to the embassy and everyone else is cancelling my holiday and I'm getting my money back.
Yeah. So it's cancelled though, yeah? That's the one to Greece, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not going. Yeah, Greece is cancelled. I've cancelled France.
Yeah.
I cancelled Tenerife. Like, I ain't gonna lie, this year I was trying to catch flights, you know.
I can see, bro. I can see,
I was trying to be out here.
Man's jet setting around the world like that.
Yeah, we world tour.
I don't know what the Fully Geek money was, but it was trying to be good, you know what I mean? Remember, I still want £1 from everybody. Yeah, no, but that's kind of what's been happening. But I do agree with you lot. It's a bit of a madness. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. I don't even know. Are the people that were under shelter, are they allowed out yet? I feel like they're the forgotten people at the moment.
What shelter? What do you mean?
So, you know, like people that were sheltered. So, for example, they were told to stay in their house for 12 weeks.
Yeah.
They got them letters told to stay in home for 12 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's Boris said to them now?
For real.
Like, I know he said that people can form bubbles with one person and you can go and get booty calls and that, but you can only get booty calls with one person. What else is happening? I don't know. Yeah.
That bubble thing's confusing as well, man. Like, because I swear it's like, what if you're a single person or something like that?
Yeah,
like you're just one person.
But actually, it's like basically you and another household can be brethrens, yeah, and you're allowed to that. You don't have to about social distance in each other's houses and that. But you can only have that as your bubble. You couldn't then go and see a next brethren and create another bubble with them.
Okay. Yeah, it's confusing.
How do they even think they can enforce that? I don't understand.
Bro, have you not seen the amount of illegal raves that have been going on? Bro, the park at the end of my road, on Saturday night, they had a silent disco, bro. Not a silent, a headphone party.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up on Sunday morning to go for my walk. There was Bel Air bottles, White Rum bottles all over the place.
Dude.
I came back, I said, what happened? I looked on Snapchat. Everyone was in the park raving. With headphones on, so the neighbours are not going to complain.
Yeah, it's a good idea, though.
That's sick, though. That's sick.
Yeah. Definitely. I told them next time I'm coming, but like, give a man some notice.
I'm around the corner. Just
give a man a notice. Someone should have knocked for me. You know the ones there, like, knock, you're allowed out.
Them ones. Trust me. Oh, man. The world is changing, boy, I tell you.
Well, it's not changing fast enough, boy.
Yeah, man.
So, at the moment, there's I can't even have to call him a gentleman, a man called Ken Marsh. Ken Marsh is the chairman of the Met Police. Yeah, he believes that Priti Patel should ban demonstrations under the virus regulations of more than 6 people gathering, of no more than 6 people gathering. So he said because the government have said that no more than 6 people should be with each other, these protests, he should ban them. What are we saying? Like, do we agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that. I mean, it's a tricky one because as we know, COVID-19 is still alive. Do you know what I mean? It's still here. It's still killing people. So I get where he's coming from. Where I think he's coming from anyway. Do you know what I mean? In the respect that, you know, obviously mass gatherings will increase the risk of getting COVID-19. So in that respect, yeah, I mean, I hear what he's saying, but to protest is to protest. Like, we've got to get our voices heard, and that's the only way we can get our voices heard. You know what I mean? So it's one of those ones, isn't it?
But at the expense of people's life potentially.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's you know what it is? It's just unfortunate timing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Obviously, we don't want it to happen in the first place, but yeah, how do you protest and actually keep safe at the same time? Because this could potentially create a spike as well. Do you know what I mean?
Or are people saying, I believe this is so important to me, like I'm willing to risk my life for the cause?
Is it? I mean, yeah, it's that deep, but I mean, is it worth it though? To lose your life for the cause? Like,
if you got to wear like a mask on transport, well then just wear a mask to the process, no?
Some of them are wearing
masks. Saying it's safe to be on a train, like that's enclosed. At least you're outside. There's air. I don't know. I think they're just making an excuse to shut it down, to be honest.
What do you think, Nathan?
No. I don't know. I think it's rich for Ken Marsh to come out with that statement. But again, Ken Marsh is a Caucasian man who potentially is not necessarily, it's not going to affect him, all of the kind of stuff that we're talking about. So for him, I feel like sometimes it's kind of, you're silencing the crowd by what you're saying. You're not actually even listening. You're just silencing them, kind of like.
Yeah, it was very abrupt what you're saying. Yeah,
like
I get
rude.
you.
It's rude. It's not like you're saying, no, you know what? Like, I feel like sometimes it's about your delivery. So it's not like my man said, you know what? Actually, we should really take on board what everyone's saying. But I also believe that we really potentially we've got to come up with another way of protesting, because at the moment it's not. You know what I mean, it's not safe. We've got to look for people's health. Like, he's just like, shut it down.
That's it.
Yeah, so it's a bit cheap coming from my man.
Or even just sort of thinking about an alternative. Do you know what I mean? Like you were saying. So how do you protest without it being in the masses, basically?
Yeah.
Exactly. You're right. That's exactly it. You could tell he hates the protest. You could just tell. Obviously, the police were impacted by the few days we had of protesting. So I think he just fed up. Like, listen, stop this. It shouldn't be happening. Like, he doesn't care what the process is about, or what it could what the final result could be. He's just like, you know what, lock this off now.
Yeah.
With no solutions, no options, let's try and push it for maybe a later time in summer, maybe when it's a bit better, or there's nothing like that. So
it sounded very much like a sweep under the carpet statement.
Yeah. We'll talk.
And then, well, talking of the protests, we spoke about it last week. We knew it was going to happen, and it did happen. The BLM came, no, sorry, not BLM. Who are they? EDL. The EDL man them came down on Saturday to, quote unquote, protect the statues, because the statues needed protecting. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know. They came to protect statues, but they came to protect the statues from no one, because the Black Lives Matter march wasn't really there. The only people that were there were kind of trying to protect anybody else if anybody else turned up, kind of thing. And I feel like the media is going to report it as anti-demonstrators and all of this kind of stuff. But what we saw was the same reason why in the late 80s, early 90s, England was banned from representing themselves in Europe. Yeah? We had laddish football hooliganism. Like, I'm gonna lie, I saw, like, I was watching videos live on that day, bruv. Like, it was upsetting me. And I thought to myself, hold on, there was a guy, he did the old T-bop, he walked, he ducked, and then he swung for the police officer.
No, a female police officer. It was a female police officer he swung for. That was funny, bro.
That one there,
that one.
Like, you know like them old school, like, like them old school, like, you're gonna fight someone in the playground, yeah? Is that what you're doing, yeah? Is that what you're doing, yeah?
He couldn't wait. He couldn't wait to be there. You know that.
Yeah, I know. He's one of those ones.
Bro, he's been waiting a week.
Arthur, get my jacket. Let's go down to London. Trust me.
Do you know how much remix videos I've seen of that? Like, it's mad, bro.
Oh gosh! And you know the funny thing is, bruv, they got pictures of their crew pissing on statues and monuments. You know what I mean?
The same statue they came to protect. But exactly. I want to know, why did the police not get the guns out? Why did the tasers not come out?
And you know the funny thing is, Nate, someone put on Instagram that, like, over the years of protesting, yeah,
all the statues have been mashed up.
Thank you. In every protest, all the statues get mashed up. They get graffitied. Someone put like a Mohegan on what's his name, Churchill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, throughout the years of protesting, the statues have always got it. But the moment, we have a BLM protest and the statues get a little bit of graffiti and blah blah. Oh, these are our heroes. These are the people who saved the country. Oh, these people are this and these people. But over the years, you've been quiet. Why is that? All of a sudden now you're gonna make noise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what it was for me. I'm gonna be serious. I saw laddish behaviour, bro.
That's not been laddish behaviour.
I'm talking. No, but what I mean is, like, you see, like, I can only relate it to football because this is what normally happens. This is like England have gone over to Greece or whatever. They've won a football match. They mash up the city. England have lost a football match. They mash up the city. Do you remember? Was it the Russia World Cup? And I think they were saying that all the ultras were coming from Russia. Like them, they were looking like they're not like
MMA fighters.
MMA fighters, where the England were going over with beer bellies and like all of that kind of stuff. And they were like, no, we've come to rock. We heard that you man like to rock, bro. That's what they were doing.
We don't throw bottles here, mate. We throw fists. You know what I mean?
I saw bottles getting flung at police. I saw fists getting thrown, chairs. Bro, do you see the people walk through the park? These people just having a random picnic.
Thank you. I put it in a group. You see that?
Yeah, not doing nothing to no one.
And we're the thugs, yeah? We're the thugs.
But it was also how it was then reported, bro. How it was reported back.
I know.
And I thought, come on, man, don't take the piss.
The media went easy on them. Media went easy on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They were trying to pen the people in. And obviously, like, some of the pictures that came off, there was the black guy that had picked up the white guy and put him on his shoulder to take take him to safety.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have worked the other way. They wouldn't have done that.
Nah, no way. They would have battered him.
They would have kicked his head in.
And you know what another thing is, bruv? I know what's funny. You're here to protect these statues of Churchill and whoever else, but you're doing Nazi signs.
That's what I'm saying. They were doing Nazi signs, singing songs. We love being racist. We love being racist. All of this. Come on, man. Like, they didn't show England a very good light, bruv.
At all.
Yeah, I was hugely disappointed, but I kind of knew it was going to happen.
There's a quick side diversion quickly, yeah? Because you mentioned Russia, it just reminded me, but apparently in France it's kicking off.
Yeah, no, it was France was kicking off at the same time.
No, not about that. But like, apparently there's a beef between the Algerians and the Russians in France, and like it's proper like gun smoke, like Western, like a Western right now. I'll forward you the video afterwards in the group.
Kel loves a video and a WhatsApp video, you know. He loves it. Bro, I was listening to the pod last week. Like, I'm sorry, because like I know, like sometimes I just get like I send too much. I gotta like slow down. Kelly ain't slowed down then. Yeah, please, bro.
I can't help it, man. I can't help it.
But I've got to go to the WhatsApp groups and stop downloading directly into my camera roll, bro.
Oh, did you guys see that one of those officers that was involved in the George Floyd? He's been released on bail.
Yes. Yes.
Like the public funded $1 million to release this guy.
Yeah.
Like,
On bail.
Yeah, on
so
bail.
he's out. Is that to rile us up or something? Is that to say like we don't
Listen,
care?
man. Yeah.
Well done for doing that. Here you go. Get out, lad. That's deep.
Yeah, man. The KKK, man. They got powers. They got powers, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So and the last. Sorry. What? Come on, Finkel. You know that guy that you said was pissing up on the side of the statue?
Yeah.
So he got sentenced, yeah, for 14 days. Okay, I know the British justice system. 14 days. So that means that we half your sentence. So what? Man's gone to bin for a week, fam. And then he's going to be let out on 3 days after good behaviour.
Exactly.
Why not give him a fine and keep it moving? Why even go through the audacity to send him to prison for 14 days?
Yeah. Jokes.
Nah.
But Mano, back to your one. But you see how they left the China man stood in there?
Is he still in there as well? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's Chinese. So the Far Eastern man. Sorry. Apologies. The Far Eastern man is still there, and the mixed race guy, he's still in there. Do you know what I mean? But the white guy, he's out. He's out on bail. Obviously, the main guy can't come out because he's being charged for
he's charged,
second degree. But like, you know what I mean? So it's like that alone says it all. That says it all, man.
Yeah. And going back to that side of the river, did you lot hear about? There was a guy called, I'll say his name properly, Rayshard Brooks. This time he was in Atlanta, and he was approached by 2 police officers. He was in his car, sleeping. Asleep.
Yeah.
Asleep. Yeah. I'm not sure if the engine was on or whatever. I don't know, but he was asleep in his car. Yeah. Parked up, sleeping. Then they've knocked on the window. They've woke him up. He's come out of the car a bit like, yo, what's going on? They're talking to him, but he said, look, do you know what I mean? My missus dropped me here to get my car. My sister lives over there, but I don't feel right, so I don't want to drive.
He said he'll walk.
Yeah, he said, he said, no, but have you been drinking? He said, yeah, I think I drank like 1.5 margaritas. No, so what are you saying? Are you saying you're drinking? Like, you're saying you're drinking? Bro, He was properly fishing. The man was like, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. My missus bought a drink. I don't know what exactly the drink was. So, will you like to take a voluntary breathalyzer test? Well, have I got to take a breathalyzer test? No, it's completely voluntary. So, are you saying I have to take it? If you want to take one, man takes one. They're like, yeah, no, you've been drinking. You can't drive your car. Like, we're going to arrest you. But I haven't been driving my car. My car is there. I want to walk around the corner.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hungry. Let me go and get something to eat. I want to go. My sister lives 3 blocks. You can drop me there. Police go to handcuff him. Then somehow, and I don't understand this because I've seen protests. I've seen a man on a surfboard or a skateboard or a bike with a GoPro attached to his head. Yeah, the GoPro never comes off. Yeah, this man films all his stunts, triple somersaults. The GoPro stays there, but somehow the body cam of both police officers at this moment fall off. Yeah? And then they say that he took the taser, he tried to escape, he took the taser, tried to fire it at them as he ran away.
No, there's footage of it. Have you seen the footage?
No, I haven't seen the footage of him.
Yeah, there's footage. No, so he did get a taser, but he
apparently, yeah.
Yeah, and he was running, and he shot behind him. He didn't look to like aim at them. He just shot it behind. You know what I mean? As he's running, like take that. But he's drunk, so
he's drunk and he's running away. So at what point, when you shot him 3 times, were you saying that you was in fear of life, bro?
Fear of your life,
exactly, man.
And then obviously that kicked off again in Atlanta. And I just feel like in times like this, as a police officer, if you know all of this has happened, why would you continue? Like, why not de-escalate the thing?
My thing is this, like, the guy was drunk and he was sleeping in his car. All you have to do was, as soon as he said he'll walk home, all right, cool. You see your sister lives on the corner, we'll drop you home. We'll take you home, whatever. End of story.
Bro,
he wasn't driving. He was doing nothing illegal.
If worse comes to worse, take the car keys off of him, lock the car, tell me to come and go to the police station and get the keys the next day.
Yeah.
Tow the car if you want.
shot him 3 times as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't like just one in the leg, which they could have done, dude. But
And I just
so
feel like,
so
come
funny,
on, like
honestly.
you're blasting this bright. Nah, man, it's too much, man.
It's too much. It's too much. It's too much.
Like I don't know. 2020 is proper write-off year, bro. It's a proper write-off year.
Remember
man.
their whole thing over there is order out of chaos, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's on their money. It's on everything. So are they trying to promote order so they can bring in? Sorry, are they trying to promote chaos so they can bring in the order that won't ever go away? Like they got to be doing this for a reason. Like they know the world's watching them, and they're still, like Kel said, they're still doing it.
They're still doing it,
Like,
man.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The fact that you actually got a body cam on, and you can always, and that's my thing, is they can always justify it because they can always say fear of life. And that's what I'm saying. I've seen videos like, and then it got to a stage where I was on a Twitter feed the other day, and it's like in bold numbers how many people it's happened to. And there's literally videos of man just getting taken out. And I said, no, whoa, I got to stop watching this, bro, because I'm not going to desensitize my mind to all of this stuff. But again, you watch and you consume this stuff, and then when you're driving down the road, you start seeing police officers look at you. You start looking at them a bit sideways.
Bro, there was I saw a footage today actually, and a little boy, must be like 12 or something. He was playing basketball outside his house. He's playing basketball, shooting hoops as they do, yeah. And then he's playing. He looks to his right, and he stops. He hides behind the car that's parked outside his house, and he hides. And you see the police car drive past. Then he checks, and he comes back out and starts playing again. Bro, they're so shook. They're so shook at the police now. And there was another scene as well where a mum and a daughter was walking through the park, and then a police parole. She got out of the car for some reason, and the girl started crying. She's like 6 or 7, started bawling, and then the white policewoman started crying as well. Like, oh my gosh, no! Like, I'm not gonna do nothing to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, please, I'm not gonna do nothing to you. But the black girl was just crying like out of fear. Like, it's sad, bro. Sad.
It's definitely a sad state of affairs, man. And I
Mm.
know, like in Atlanta, they burned down Wendy's, but I mean,
yeah,
whatever, innit?
good job on that. That'll show him.
This is it, and
This is it, man. Right.
yeah. Well, we'll talk about
But
that.
I think he got terminated, that guy that shot him. I think.
Yeah, no, he did. He got sacked the next day, and it was
Yeah.
classed as homicide. It is classed as homicide.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, your reasoning is not going to be justified anymore.
Yeah, 100%.
But again, if you can kill a man and the only thing that happens to you is you lose your job, because the way that, if I remember rightly, the way their system works, you see, like here, you got like the London Met, or you got like a DBS, and your DBS might be the whole country. There, I think you could still go to be a police officer in another state.
Yeah.
So it's not even like you're banned or in general. You could.
What happened in last job? Oh, I killed a nigger. Oh, you're fantastic.
welcome in.
Come join us. Trust me.
Tell him the
That's what
story.
you see a lot
Tell
of
him
them,
the
like,
story.
Yeah.
Don't a lot of them go to like doing security and then they still got a gun and a badge?
Yeah. So they go and do private
Like,
security.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully this kind of dies down.
It
But
made
I
me
feel
think as well. Sorry, Nate. Go on.
no. Go, man.
No, just on, like, we were talking a couple of weeks in the pod about what can be done about this, and I said like we need to do it. To be fair, thinking about it and seeing what's going on, it's not really in our hands, is it? Like,
Nah.
we need the world to change to our
Exactly.
benefit. We can't. There's not really much we can do until
No.
they realize that
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter. No,
Yeah, exactly. Until that's it. That's it, Marlon. Hit it nail on the head. That's it.
Oh
bro.
my. Sorry. Slight detour. Sorry.
Yeah.
Did any of you see the video? Yeah, on the march on Saturday where there was an argument between the guys because some of them were saying white lives matter and the other half was saying all lives matter. So like there's literally all these people and they're like saying white lives matter and others going all lives matter. They almost get into a fight over the fact whether it's white lives matter or all lives matter. And I was like, the irony, and for me it was like the irony is beautiful.
Yeah.
And like I said, now everyone's got a film, a video camera, a camera phone. It's just, I mean, the world gets to see this foolishness.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, I'm going to move slightly, but it does feel sometimes we're taking 2 steps forward, 3 steps back.
Yeah, big time.
I just want to kind of have a special shout out because past Sunday was 3 years since Grenfell.
Still no justice.
Still no justice. Still no one's heads rolled. No one's accepted responsibility.
No one's lost a job. Nothing.
There were still buildings with this said cladding on. Like, it's a bit mad, man. It's mad.
Mm.
Like, it was mad that it happened in the first place, and it feels like unbelievable that it's been 3 years.
Yeah, that's like 3 years, you know.
3 years, yeah.
3
The
years.
fact that everyone is still crying for justice and there's no justice being done. Like, it's kind of been swept under the carpet almost.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. But thank God for social media because that keeps reminding us about it. You know what I mean? Because it's just it's so sad when it happened, man. So sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. R.I.P. to everyone that lost their lives and the families and friends that lost people as well in that fire, man.
Definitely.
Too deep.
And they don't see they kind of did a memorial for it though, but so like, I think it's every tall building in London or in the surrounding area, they lit the buildings up green.
Green, yeah.
So I drove past a few. It looked quite nice. And then on Sunday they did another memorial where every church bell in London rang at the same time. I think it was 6 p.m.
Yeah, they ran out for, and I think they also did like a virtual, because of the Corona stuff, they did like a virtual demonstration online kind of thing.
Okay.
Mm.
Like, had like some performances, singers, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
3 years, man.
That's mad.
Well, the building has it been reconstructed or is it just?
No, it's still there.
Just there.
Just covered. Yeah.
Oh, just covered now. Okay.
Yeah, because I remember they were talking about what they were going to do with the area, whether they were going to try and build like a garden of peace or something like that to kind of commemorate everybody.
Yeah. Boy.
All right. Please don't think I'm insensitive by this. But the football's back!
Yeah, man.
The Premier League is officially back as of Wednesday the 17th. So by the time you listen to this pod, there would have been 2 Premier League games played, including Arsenal, Man City. If you listen to this on Friday, Spurs are playing Man United. Get in there.
Get in there. North London versus Manchester, basically. But yeah, man.
So again, Corona's over.
Pretty much. Now, the only thing is, obviously, there's not going to be fans and stuff, but I'm still a little bit concerned because at first they were talking about neutral grounds, but I don't know if it's neutral grounds. It looks like they've just been played at the normal grounds.
Yeah, it's played at normal grounds.
So I want to know how we think that fans are not going to randomly just turn up. Like, I expect to see AFTV boys outside Arsenal still. I expect to see certain man moaning still.
Yeah.
Like, they need to get that YouTube revenue back up.
That's it. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to control the crowds, man. Especially Liverpool fans, because you know they'll be die. You know what? That's my only little tiny gripe. I was just hoping that the Premiership would get cancelled in it, so I can just laugh at all my Liverpool fan friends.
Well, if you think about it, this Sunday is the actual Liverpool derby. Everton versus Liverpool.
Yeah, but the thing, if we beat Man City and Liverpool beat Everton, they've won.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying. On their opponent's turf. So you can imagine the whole Liverpool will be out that night.
Yeah.
Everyone's
that's what I mean.
Everyone's getting drunk that night.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's gonna be hard, like keeping Liverpool tame if they do win a Premiership that day. It's gonna be mad.
But we won't beat City, so you're all right. Have you not seen what pubs have been doing? Like, I've been doing my walks and stuff, and then like on Sunday I was walking. Bare pubs are open.
Is it?
And what they're doing is selling takeaway food, or they're selling food that you can eat in the garden. But if you buy food, you're allowed to obviously buy a drink with it. So yeah, but I think you're not allowed to sell it in like pint glass or whatever. You got to sell it in some. So one of my friends who works in a pub, they've been selling like milk bottles worth of alcohol, like 2 litre bottles.
Dude.
Yeah, 2 pints and all that stuff.
Well, like glass milk bottles, not the plastic ones.
No, you know, or like you can get like the plastic ones. You know, like the plastic ones. Like they fill out with beer, they seal it. You can take it. Obviously, you bust it, and that's you.
Merv, like this is like the 80s, bro. Those glass bottles don't exist no more, brother.
What are you talking about? Where Merv lives,
Bro.
the milkman still comes round.
Milkman's still around, you know, bro.
They are.
See?
Delivers
Yeah.
milk, orange juice.
Bruv, I'm more country than you, and I don't see them, bro. What are you
Bro,
talking about?
I'm real country, bro. I'm real country, innit? Obviously.
Fair enough, man.
Nah, yeah. So that's kind of what's been happening this week, bro. Weekly update, bro. I don't think there's anything else been going on.
Nah, nothing. Mate, it's still this BLM, really.
Yeah,
Football. That's it, really. Yeah.
Football's back. Yeah. The kids. Well, some of the kids are going back to school.
Well, year 10s, right?
Yeah, the year 10s and 12s. They started on Monday.
Yeah,
getting there, man. Merv.
Yo.
Insecure. Finished on Sunday. The season finale.
Uh-huh.
The Fully Geek ladies, they did their thing. I had to stop halfway through listening to it because I was like, I'm not allowing their conversation to influence my conversation.
Do you know what? I actually tried to, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but did they start doing that live at around 12 midnight?
So they've done it after. Basically, they've done it after Insecure. They'd all watched Insecure.
Okay, because I was waiting for like some feed to come on my phone, like saying, like live Instagram, like.
Oh yeah, yeah. About that, what happened was like, I'll message you.
Okay.
I'll message you, my brother. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, it was IGTV. Just went IGTV live.
Yeah. Cut.
Brother, all right. So let's break the Insecure finale down. Yeah, let's do segments.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with Molly and Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
So it started with Molly and Andrew kind of having, I guess, an argument. I think Andrew just kind of said, "Look, I've had enough."
Yeah.
Sorry, I know this is not filmed, yeah, but this is the funniest thing, yeah. Both Kel and both Marlon, both effed off from their screen, left us here, bro. I respect it.
Proper vacated. Like, how disrespectful.
So disrespectful, bro.
Like, do you know what I mean?
So yeah, Molly and Andrew, and I guess Andrew has had enough of Molly because she's a lot.
Yeah, do you know what?
She's done herself
bad, you know?
no favors this series.
Because I feel like I should be on Andrew's side, innit? I feel like, no, you know what? She's taking a minute, and yeah, you see him exhausted, leave. But there's something about Andrew that he just seems whiny to me. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, it just seems like, all right, have you actually thought this through before you even said something? And I don't know, I don't know, man.
I think they're both very similar in their outlook. They've both kind of got away for a long time of things their way.
Yeah.
So like Andrew, remember back in the day, he expected Molly to sit there while he does what he has to do. He'll then beat and then go back, serve her like rich, expensive food and do all his stuff.
Yeah.
She's also been that kind of person where she's had man just beckon at her beck and call.
Yeah, for real.
And I feel like they're very similar.
Yeah. He seems very passive aggressive to me. It's like, if you want to say something, just come out. Like, he kind of said it in this episode anyway. It's like finally you get to, you know, but I'm just like, he would say these little digs and she's like, excuse me. And he's like, But yeah, it just seems really whiny to me, man. So, yeah, I don't really feel in his character.
Yeah, and for me, like I said, I just think Molly hasn't helped herself this series.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So then, halfway through their argument, they get a phone call. Molly starts snapping on the phone call. She answers it. She runs to the rescue. And basically, Tiffany, she's lost and she's suffering from postnatal depression. Her husband, Derek, has no idea where she is. Doesn't know what to do. Yeah. So he calls upon her friends to try and see what they can do.
Yeah.
And then they all kind of rally round.
Yeah.
And they go and look for her.
Yeah.
And some people have said, yeah, but why did they do that in this episode? Like, it was a season finale. It was a change of direction.
Yeah. Because it was quite comical, wasn't it? Like,
yeah.
Although it was a serious thing about her going through the postnatal depression thing, but I'm like, yeah, that. I think you needed that. You needed that for the last episode because it's still a comedy, and
Yeah.
you needed those, and we hadn't seen all of those girls in a while as well. Like they weren't really in every episode, so it's like you kind of just needed to wrap everyone up in that one episode. Do you know what I mean?
And for me, bruv, you know how much I love Kelly, bruv. Kelly is, for me, she's so funny. I feel like if Kelly done a spin-off, I'd watch her spin-off, bruv.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, yeah, she's hilarious, man.
When they were like, to the bus driver, can you just let us off the bus? And the bus driver's like, no, you got to wait to the bus stop. He's like, no, can you let us off the bus? You go behind the line.
Yeah,
they like, don't take a step back. Like, and then they just open the door. But it was afterwards when the police officer comes out and he's like, they're like, yeah, those people press the button, they're being abusive and all this stuff. And then, like, the police officer's like, okay. And by default, he went to his default. He went straight to the black people. Out of nowhere, they was like talking. It was like, actually, hold on. Why are you talking to us? Why are you not talking to them? Pointing at the white guys. And that police officer, I feel like he understood the movement and said, you know what? I don't want none of this.
And you know what timing as well, you know? What timing?
Amazing.
Because obviously that's being pre-recorded, isn't it? So, like, imagine the timing, man. That's deep. Yeah, that bit was funny though, man. It was a bit of light humour, like considering what we're going through right now.
Yeah, it's definitely needed. Definitely needed.
It's needed, man. But you see the little homage to tribute to what's his name, Kobe Bryant, and
yes, and Kobe Bryant, and also Nipsey Hussle, because Nipsey Hussle was on the basketball court as well. No, they had the pictures. No, it's definitely
yeah.
It's a nice homage to them still.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for real.
And then we had Issa and Nathan, and I guess, well, I don't know if you noticed it, yeah, but you remember we spoke about a couple episodes ago when we spoke about how Insecure have got like their lighting and how they film black people like onto a T.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you noticed there were certain colours that they used throughout this episode. So when Issa and Nathan, it was like a neutral colour. The whole screen was like a neutral colour, which for me represented they were on a level playing field. Like, for me, like I said, I still want Issa and Nathan to get together, yeah? Because I feel like they've both kind of got rid of their ghosts and they're good. Nathan admitted that he was in the wrong. He should have spoken to her about him being bipolar. And Issa's just being her normal self around him. So if you looked at the colouring was completely neutral.
I didn't even notice that, you know. I noticed the colours are really good anyway, but I didn't actually notice the difference in colour between them. So that's a good lookout, man.
And then when, for example, later on she is with Lawrence, the colours actually changed. So it's now like two contrasting colours, which for me represents that they haven't sorted their shit out.
Yeah.
Like it's very contrasting because it's the same colours when Issa and Molly are together.
All right, yeah.
So I feel like they've done it on purpose.
That's very observant, man. Like, yeah, I didn't even clock that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like Insecure. I tried it. See what else is going on. But then you had the whole Issa, Lawrence, Condola love triangle. Well, it's not even a love triangle as such, but it kind of ended with that.
Yeah.
And like so much happened in the last 5 minutes of the episode.
Yeah, because I was thinking, how are they going to wrap this up? Because this seems to be a bit of fun and games in this episode. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, that came all rushing in at one time. And I was like, oh, to be fair, I didn't see that coming. I ain't gonna lie. I did not see that coming.
I kind of did. Maybe not the pregnancy, but I thought there was Condola wasn't going to let this up. And because remember at the beginning, he was trying to have his cake and eat it. So he was trying to double call and them kind of things. So I felt like he wasn't totally in it. I think he became in it. Like, obviously, he still likes Issa. But obviously, he's got a history with Condola. And now Condola's carrying the youth.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought, because remember we was talking like either last week or a couple of weeks ago about, this is going to be messed up because she's going to come back to him or something. But I expected that, but I just did not expect the pregnancy thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how I didn't see that coming, but yeah.
So what are we saying? What is Issa and Lawrence got to break up? Is Lawrence going to try and be with Condola? Or, I know Condola said she don't want nothing from him. But
yeah.
I feel like for them people there, especially that's their first child. I don't think anyone can do that. All right, you just look after you. I'm good. Like I'll just stay over here. You don't need.
Yeah, that annoyed me, man. That just really. I guess that's just a whole different conversation. But that just like, well, why would you be so dismissive? Isn't it? It's like, you know, should be.
Condola needs to be saying, actually, look, I want you in your child's life.
Yeah, obviously, at the end of the day, it's her choice, it's her body, whether she has the baby or not. But to kind of just be like, I know you can, you know, I don't need anything from you. It's like, well, come on, like, you're both responsible for this child, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, but you know, I was kind of expecting. Actually, yeah, that's it. I was expecting, because he got the job in San Francisco. I thought that was going to be like the conflict in their relationship. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, Condola coming back plus the pregnancy. I was like, wow, yeah, I didn't see that coming.
So, what do you reckon for season 5?
Do you know what? I think the way that it's been going, I'm just seeing cycles of Lawrence and Issa's relationship going back and forth, and Molly and Issa's relationship going back and forth, and I'm kind of worried about if that's going to get a bit tiring. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because the episode did end on Molly and Issa like actually talking, and it was quite interesting because Issa didn't talk. Issa listened, which I guess is what. Because normally I thought Issa was going to go there again. Oh my God, my man got my girlfriend. Do you know what I mean? I thought she was going to do one of those ones. Yeah. But actually, she was like, you know what? Let me listen to what you got to say first.
I kind of would have liked it. I would have liked it to end without Molly and Issa talking, because it kind of indicates to you that they're going to just make up anyway, or like, you know, like when they're both going through their dark times. Like it looks like Molly and Andrew have broken up. Like I don't know if you got the same vibe there, and obviously Issa's going through this problems with Lawrence. So now they're really going to come together. Now they need each other more than anything, and I'm like, I would rather wanted to think about that rather than seeing them actually at the end of that episode doing it. Maybe
beginning of season 5, they've like both moved on and they bump into each other in a coffee shop and then try and make
it. Yeah, true. Yeah. So
to be fair, I enjoyed Insecure this season. I'm glad that someone watched it out of the mandem, because otherwise it would just be me talking to myself.
No, it was a good recommendation, man. I'm glad I watched it.
Yeah, and I know the mandem, I'll watch it. They ain't gonna watch nothing. Yeah, gotta say something, girl. Gotta say something.
No, I will. You know what? Yeah, I've heard too much about it. That's why sometimes I go on mute and stuff and go away, because I don't want to spoil it. I don't want you guys to spoil it for me too much. Do you know what I mean? So I will. I think I will, but I don't know how or when or where I'll watch it, because
the thing with Insecure, like I said, with Insecure, you'll watch one episode and then before you know it, you'd have ended up watching 4.
Yeah,
like it's that kind of program.
Is it half an hour episode?
Yeah, nice and short, man. It's nice and short.
Okay. And there's not many.
I enjoyed it, to be fair. I will get back into it. I just haven't really been watching TV recently, so yeah, I'm not doing my job at the moment, but I will watch it again. It's good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't know. I like watching black people on TV. Do you know what I mean? This is one of them shows.
It's real.
I'm loving it more and more and more, to be
fair. Like I said, I feel like sometimes it's nice to have programs for us, by us, all of that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's real talk.
Modern day FUBU.
Queen and Slim did something to me. I can't explain.
That was a big film, That was a big film, man. Underrated,
It's an underrated film. I didn't want to go back in there because I'm going to start thinking about the Queen again, and then I'm going to start remembering that Maya Man. And she had a baby the other day.
Pacey from
Dawson's Creek.
Jackson, Joshua.
The guy from The Fair. I can't.
Yeah, Fair as well.
Yeah, it's too much. But no, that film was hard. That film was definitely hard.
Yeah.
Do you see the meme where it says like 2020 was the guy? If 2020 was a year or a person, it would have been the guy that was driving them in the cab. You know, the one that drives them to the airport, the airbase.
Yeah.
Like, here, smoke that weed, man. You are right. Nah, he'll try and get you lean, and then he's just going to switch on you, bro.
Trust me. 2020, man. Oh, man.
Which leads me onto a series that we mentioned briefly last week, but not all of us hadn't watched it. which is another series by my TV crush. I don't even know why she is my TV crush. Yeah, Michaela Cole. I don't know what it is.
You know what? Yeah,
she's got something about her. She's something about her.
You know what? She's not attractive, but
no, don't use that word.
She
no. Okay. Sorry, no. She's not my type. She's not my taste. She's not my taste. Like, but
she's got something about her.
There's something like that. She just draws you in. It's a madness. I thought it's only one.
No. I've always from Michaela Cole. I've always known it about her.
Yeah, like she
chewing gum. She's awkward. She looks awkward. But there's something amazing that her sex appeal is mad.
Mad. She's got mad sex appeal.
And that's why I said it reminded me a little bit of Queen from Queen and Slim, because that's exactly how we felt about Queen.
Exactly.
There was, I don't know what it was. It's like she had, I don't know, she got that sassiness about her.
Yeah, bruv. And you just know she'll be good in bed. You can just tell.
I'm not going to confirm or deny that last comment, so I'll just move on. I'll be real. I'm moving on. Okay? Nate said nothing. Okay. So... yeah, don't try and get me down that rabbit hole. All of a sudden I come home, my stuff is on the doorstep talking about they changed the lock. No, I'm good, bro. I'm good. So yeah, this series.
Someone send me a Michaela Cole link, please.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
No, but when you see her as a picture, it's not the same. You have to. But anyway.
Yeah.
What? Googling. There's too many. I don't know.
No, Michaela Cole, and the Cole is spelled Coel.
Coel.
Yeah.
And she's Governor B's first cousin, I think it is. Because that's how I first knew about her. She was on a track with Governor B.
Oh, see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I still got the song, actually, to be fair. So it's about a series about Michaela Cole's written, and she starred in it. And her character's name is Arabella. And she's struggling to finish the draft of the second book that she's been writing. So kind of starts with her trying to write this second book. And then basically she calls up one or two of her friends and she needs to kind of blow off some steam so she can go and finish writing the book. So she goes out of one of her spas, Emil Amin, and they go for, a night out filled with dancing, laughs, booze, and drugs, basically. And, all right, before I go into that, programs that have like lots of drug use, leaves me slightly, what's the word? Baffed, because I'm not from that world.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the only thing about like, because even, do you remember that one we used to watch with, what was her name? It was on Sky Atlantic.
Euphoria.
Do you remember that I even said Euphoria? That I don't get it, like, because it's not my world. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like I'm a man that don't even smoke weed or cigarettes. Like, so for me, getting like off your face, I can't.
The pill game is different. I've never tried it, but I can imagine that from what I've seen from films and stuff, I just can't relate, as you said.
Yeah, I can't relate.
Yeah.
So she's basically she's on a night out and she's getting lit. Yeah, they're having a whale of a time. Enough drugs, coke, MDMA, all of it.
Yeah.
And then I guess she kind of, towards the end of the episode, she comes back to the office and finished writing the draft of the book, which she hands to the publishers. But then I think they're doing like a read through or something, innit?
Yeah.
She realizes that she was writing bare rubbish.
That was so cringe. I wanted to leave the room, man.
I was like, oh. She's like, I'll finish this another day. She leaves. Yeah. And then she keeps on getting flashbacks of what she believes she went through some form of sexual assault.
Yeah.
And this white guy's face kept on popping up. And he looks like he's kind of grunting. But she has no recollection of it. So she's phoning her friend. She's trying to find out what's happening.
She wakes up with a sore in her eye as well, like so. Yeah, bruised on her face. So she's like, "Well, what happened last night?" Yeah.
She's trying to phone one of her friends, trying to find out what's happening. I don't know. I kind of got like a bit of a shifty vibe from Emil Amin's character at that point.
Yeah, big time.
He knew something. But then as the series goes on,
because she was trying to call him and he wasn't picking up. But then when the other girl called, he picked up and he was like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" So he's actually shifty.
He's actually very shifty, and like obviously, Emil Amin was cheating with the other girl, trying to tell his missus that he wants to have a threesome.
Yeah.
and really he was just piping the other girl. It was a bit much.
Yeah. Because I was baffed, like, after the restaurant part, where they tried to get her to do the threesome and whatnot. Then they link up again afterwards. I was like, hey, what's going on?
And the cousin who was going back the same day and the next day. So it was all a bit, but it was for me, after the first episode, I was still intrigued.
I wasn't really intrigued, you know. I was a bit bored. Like, what's this about, man? Like,
No, I was definitely intrigued, man.
oh, is it?
I was intrigued because I kind of know. Like, did you ever watch Chewing Gum?
I don't think I did.
I watched Chewing Gum series 1 and 2, I think it is, yeah. And again, I quite like her style of writing. So I know it's a little bit out there kind of things, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So then we had the second episode with Arabella basically struggling to remember what happened the night before. But yeah, she wasn't happy with the products. Simon was answering the phone, but again, she was having flashbacks, not knowing what's happening.
Yeah.
Which then led us, did anything else happen in that one? Well, also, yeah, I remember in the beginning, she was going out with this guy in Spain. So you got Italy, sorry.
Yeah.
You got to meet, what was his name? I'll remember it in a minute. Yeah, you got to meet the guy, Biagio, the guy she was seeing in Italy.
Oh, yeah.
Which then you fast forward to episode 3.
It was a bit weird. Yeah.
And then episode 3 was a flashback, basically, of when she first went to Italy.
Yeah.
So her and Terry's visiting her. So her best friend Terry's come over. And again, they go out for a drug-fueled night. And it was a weird one because they were together. They were both taking the same amount of drugs. Like, it hasn't hit you. You need to stop your jaw from shaking. And she's like, what do you mean? You got to stop your jaw from shaking. Then it licks her and she's like, yeah, I got to stop my jaw from shaking. But because I've never been in that situation, I don't know what they're doing, innit?
Yeah.
And then it kind of went a bit pear-shaped because Arabella just stopped like messing with Terry. She was getting in the bathroom, taking coke, taking pills, and kind of left Terry to her own devices.
Yeah.
Terry then kind of, I guess the buzz wears off, says, all right, cool, I'm going home. On the way home, randomly goes into another bar. Then starts kind of, before that, the scene in the bathroom with Arabella in the bathroom with Terry, and then Arabella just sits on the toilet, pulls down her knickers and puts in her pad. Bro, like, obviously, this is a completely normal thing. But at the time, because I've never seen it. So I was
I was baffed. I was so confused.
Is that what they do? I was confused, bro. I was like, oh. Bro, I'm not going to lie. It was baffling to me.
Yeah, proper.
Yeah? So then Terry goes out. She ends up dancing with a guy. He goes to buy her a drink. And I was thinking, oh my God, they're going to spike her drink. Then he starts dancing with another boy. Or man, sorry. Then all of a sudden, she's back in the yard doing threesome with 2 random Donnies.
So any Donnies, bruv.
Any looking Donnies, bruv.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. But again, I'm not in that life, so I was like, that's very weird. And then Arabella kind of comes back with Biagio. After Biagio, to be fair, he was quite a gentleman. He looked after her. Takes her back to the yard. They eventually get back to the yard. Then she starts lipsing him, and then she's like, oh, you know what? I'm on my period.
This is a Mazza as well. This is a Mazza.
And then he's like, oh, that's okay. Like, and she's like, oh, I this is the first time I've actually told someone that I'm on my period. If sometimes it happens without me telling them, I was thinking, what? Is that what chicks are doing out here? And then they go to the bedroom. She's like, do you want to do it? He's like, yeah, no problem. And then it just went wild.
It went left.
He's like
touching blood clots and all them things there.
Bruv,
It went left.
He pulled out the tampon and said, I'll move this. And I said, okay, that's a new one. Like, you're a better man than me, bro. That's why I said you're a better man than me. And then, like, they trying to get into it. Maybe he's trying to finger. I don't know, because you can't really see that bit. Then literally, like, blood clots start coming out. And then she's like, man starts playing with the blood clots.
It's like, it's soft. It's so soft. I was like, wow.
But he was fully engaged trying to play with the blood clots.
Blood, what was that about, bruv?
Nah, bro, it
Bruv,
blew my
that's
mind.
disgusting, bruv. Disgusting, man.
Kel is not having a bar of it. Nah, it was weird. It was weird. And then obviously because of that, she's kind of like now changed that obviously she's not going to do it because she thinks it's weird as well. And then
I don't understand why she didn't kick him out of the house. I would have kicked, like, I don't understand.
no, but that's what I'm saying about her character. Her character confuses me a little bit. And then obviously they leave, they then go to chill out on the beach, whatever, and they kind of get to know each other. But before they go and knock on the brethren's door and they said to Terry, do you want to come? We're all going out. Do you not want to come? And Terry's like, oh, no, we haven't finished. But these times, the two men that have walked her out have literally just walked off down the road together, like spudding each other.
Busting joke, you know the ones.
Yeah, and I just thought, like, they used you, bruv. Like, it wasn't about you at all. Like, them man would just...
Not. Come on, man.
Them man would literally, it's like a night out. There's a girl that's going to let us do a little roasting. Let's do it and then go about our business. So, again, it's a little bit confusing. Which then led to episode 4. At this point, Merv, you may go.
Bye-bye.
So, episode 4, Kel. So, it's now gone back to modern day.
Yeah, modern day, yeah.
Arabella, at the beginning, she's seeing the therapist to deal with the trauma.
Yeah.
And then she's like talking about the trauma. She's trying to phone someone in her bedroom. We're going to split this episode because we'll talk about Arabella first, yeah?
Yeah, please.
So then Arabella then goes to... She meets up with his next writer. I don't know, am I allowed to call him an Asian, Donny?
He's Asian. He says he's Indian. He said it.
Oh, yeah, I'm allowed to say that. Like, cause,
yeah,
because last time you lot told me off for saying that people are from...
No, the Far East.
The Far East, we don't call Asian. All right, cool.
No. So India and Bangladesh is like South Asia. And then you got China, South Korea. That's Far East.
Okay, so a South Asian Donny.
Right.
A South Asian Donny. It's all about education, guys.
Yeah.
A South Asian Donny who was from Cambridge, basically called Zayn.
Yeah.
And they start talking to each other, and then she kind of gets upset with what he says. Then somehow they reconnect later in the episode. Like, I think she then writes something for him to look at.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, she's still dealing with the trauma of not knowing what happened to her.
Yeah, she's still getting flashbacks here and there.
And then she's like, okay, cool. Like, I guess we're going to fuck. We might as well fuck now.
Yeah.
And this is when I thought, okay, you're a bit weird now.
Yeah, man.
And then they start lip-syncing. She has a flashback. She pushes him off.
Yeah.
And then they start sleeping. And Kel, I'm not going to lie, I had to Google this, bro. What he did is called stealthing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but I didn't bother Google it.
No, I heard about it before. I mean, but it's called stealthing. So that's when you're beating a thing and then you whip off the condom and carry on like everything is still going on. And I thought, when you see, like, after he finished, I thought, hey, that's rape.
That's what I was thinking.
It's rape.
I was thinking, no, wait, it's not rape. It's not. It can't be rape.
No, it is. Kel,
Why?
Because I did not remember. She said, "Have you got a condom?" So she said, "I'll sleep with you with a condom." The fact he took the condom off, it now becomes rape because you didn't.
Is that a law? Is that a law?
I don't know if it's a law, bro.
Ain't that like it's something like GBH or ABH, something like that?
It's something like that, but
that's
because I didn't
that's
consent. They didn't consent to that.
There's no consent. She I ain't seen it, but from what you just said, if she said, "Have you got a condom?" and he said, "Yes,"
and he puts the condom on, and they start to have sex because that means because you had the condom. For him to whip it off, and drop the condom on the floor, then obviously afterwards she pulls up her knickers like, okay, like, can you put the condom in the bin opposite the room? He's like, what? The condom? It's there on the side of the bed. I took it off.
She's like, what? Like, I thought she was gonna switch.
I thought she was gonna switch, and she was. I don't know if she's very mature, or she's completely calm. But she was like, okay, we need to get the pill. Like, you're gonna pay for it. Bro, I thought she was gonna be wilding out. She wasn't wilding out. Yeah, and that upset me because I don't know why. I thought
it upset me because I tell you why it upset me because she's a sister. You don't want to see your sister get like taken advantage of. Do you know what I mean?
And he was on some. oh no, I thought you knew. No, you didn't.
How? You're doggy.
That's
now.
why he did it as well. Because as soon as he put her in doggy, he took it off.
He took it.
As soon as he put her in doggy, fam.
He put the position, took it off.
Nah, he's a disrespectful youth, bro. And at the
Me.
end of the episode, they're all smiling and laughing.
I know, joking.
I wasn't happy. I wasn't
holding their hands together, skipping down the road.
Yamming Doritos or whatever it was.
Get out of here, man.
I was not happy. Which then leaves me.
I'm leaving the chat now.
Bruv, to Arabella's next best friend, Kwame.
My man from Gangland, yeah?
Bruv, where do we start with Kwame from? Like, okay, I'm going to be honest first. Before I go into it properly, yeah?
Yeah.
What I don't know if I liked about it, like, we'll talk about Kwame and his experiences, yeah? I don't necessarily like, like sometimes, like for the LGBT community, yeah, when they talk about like gay men, they always talk about them as loosey-woosies. They're just out here, like fucking anybody, like anyone's a goal kind of thing, yeah? And I just felt that I didn't think they should have promoted that for my man.
Yeah, because from the first episode, you saw just linking man left, right, centre.
Yeah, I didn't like that because I felt like, and don't get me wrong, look, everyone is in charge of their own sexuality. If you want to be out here, you can be out here. But I think it was hard because the narrative is always that black gay guys are out here.
Yeah, that's a stereotype.
And I just felt like you could, and I know you showed the contrast of two different ones in the program, but I felt like you could have said, Kwame's just cool, he wants a relationship.
Yeah.
Like Kwame went shopping with his nan or whatever it was, then like he's getting text messaging, leaving the supermarket to go toilet, to go suck off the shopkeeper.
Bro.
Yeah, nice. You know what? This is growth, bro. This is growth. I'll talk about it. So he leaves to go and suck off the shop assistant, the checkout guy, randomly. Then just rinses out his mouth, goes out the shop, goes out and just carries on shopping with Granny.
And pays the same guy that he sucked off.
Nah, bro. Are you gonna kiss your granny with that mouth? Nah, bro.
Oh man.
Nah.
God forbid. But yeah.
Yeah. So that and then obviously I don't even know where the other guy came from, to be honest. I don't know if I missed that bit. So obviously he's walking down the road with another guy.
Yeah, I don't know where he came from as well, to be honest.
And that guy actually generally likes him. Like he actually likes him. And I think for that guy, he's a bigger guy as well, and he feels that you're quite brave because you're coming out.
But he's just ashamed of what he is.
Yeah,
kind of thing,
and that's what I'm saying. So he likes the fact that this man has got his kind of out there, his sexuality. So he wants to like what you're doing is good.
Mm.
And then he's like, oh, but look, you live with your dad. Your dad doesn't like it. I live with my gran. Like, it's not going to happen, innit? Like, then man goes on some, I don't know, Tinder or some kind of gaydar. I don't know what their account is, innit? Swipe left, swipe right, double click, double tap, all of that, yeah? Says like, is there anybody willing to join a top and a bottom that can host? Is that how the world is, Kel? Bruv, the world is wild. It's wild.
It's a dark world we haven't got a clue, mate.
Bruv,
there's a world we haven't got the foggiest about, mate. Honestly, we are innocent.
Bruv, completely, yeah? And then they meet up. The two man, them obviously they like each other, start trying to lips each other on the doorstep, like they feel like. But he's like, look, I like you. I don't really even want this whole thing. Like we could, in my head, I'm like, get a fucking hotel room, bro.
That's all.
Like, get a B&B, fam.
Get a B&B or one of them motels or whatever, man.
Yeah, you could have, bro. Go park, do something. Yeah, I don't think you need to go to this level. Goes there. Obviously, you got some. So now there's 3 black gay guys. Which I'm going to be again, like it's revolutionary for TV because 2 of them man that are hench brothers.
Yeah,
man. This one is like
the main guy is a hench brother.
Bro, they are hench brothers.
6 foot plus. Yeah.
And then I guess like he's saying, "Oh, you're sexy" and blah blah blah. Starts linking, like just doing the thing.
He starts what? He starts
doing the thing, innit?
You know what? Yeah, even like a straight couple, like the scenes were.
It was graphic.
It was graphic, and it was so like, okay, I've never ever seen this form in it before. So like, it was like I couldn't take it all in because it's a bit of a shock to the system. You know what I mean? How revealing it was and how graphic it
Bruv,
was.
it was
Do you know what I
out there.
mean?
You thought to yourself, oh, rah, is that what you do? Bruv, I thought it was just straight doggy.
Allow it.
Sorry, you know what? I apologize. If this sounds so ignorant, if this part sounds ignorant, please excuse me. I mean no offense. I mean nothing.
We're learning, bro. We're just not even learning, but just see if he's ever seen before.
Yeah,
That's all
that
it
was
is.
all it is.
We're
And
just
then
seeing things, bro.
again, but this is what the comparison was with Arabella's situation.
Yeah.
So obviously the other guy, he can't handle this. He leaves. Yeah.
He leaves, yeah.
So the guy's beating him, but
But do you think he might know what's gonna happen though? Nah.
no, I don't know if he knows what's going to happen, but I think he just feels uncomfortable because he likes my man, innit? He doesn't want to see him getting piped out by the next man.
Yeah.
Even me saying that is wild. But so, like, he says, look, I want to go bareback. The man says, no, I'm not on the bareback thing. Kwame's like, I'm not on the bareback thing.
I'm not a bareback thing, yeah.
So he gets the condom, they do the thing. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Kwame gets up, like, he had a good time, like, I'm good to go. Man's like, oh, you're so sexy, blah, blah. Goes to open the door to leave. The man closes the door on the man's finger.
Locked him in. That's why I knew something's gonna happen.
I said, what? Dashes him on the bed. Like, not dashes him, he kind of goes behind him.
No, when he took off his boxes, man took off his boxes
Yeah.
again. I was like, uh-oh.
Then, to be fair, he doesn't, he rapes him.
He rapes him.
He rapes him.
Yeah, man.
Like, he rapes him. He stealths him as well, bro. Like, to be fair, it's different from stealth.
You could tell. You could tell that it turns him on to rape.
Yeah.
And
You can see
he
Kwame
enjoys
was
rape.
not on it. Kwame was not on it. Like, and he got abused and violated.
Come on, man. Of course, he got raped, bruv. Man told you, I don't bareback is a no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he did it, and I just thought, like, it was heartbreaking because even then, when he goes and he phones Arabella, and Arabella's just come from her stuff.
Yeah.
Arabella's coming at the chemist, but you also almost think like Arabella, she's gone to get the pill. In one aspect, yes, she's probably got to get STI checks and them kind of things. Yeah. But Arabella's kind of like, okay, well, this happened. I've kind of sorted it out. Where I don't know if Kwame can ever live that down, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, again, I want to watch episode 5 and 6. Like, I'm on, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm invested in the program.
Yeah, but what Michaela is doing though, she's just highlighting stuff that we don't know about and what happens. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's a really good writer. She's really showing us a different side of things that actually happen and that we had no idea about.
No idea, bruv. No idea. Like, Michaela Cole, big up yourself, bruv. Like, on a level, because I think she's an amazing writer. Yeah. But again, it was interesting just to see a different side of things. And I'm interested in what's happening. And I read somewhere that I think the story kind of the show kind of came from almost like a real life thing that happened with Michaela, where I think once upon a time she got her drink spiked.
Okay.
And I think something might have happened. So I think that kind of gave her the impetus to write this series. Okay. And big up to HBO and BBC for showing it.
Yeah, big time, man. Big time. You know what I mean? No, it's really good, man. It's really good.
Yeah, but so we'll talk about episode 5 and 6 next week, bro.
Yeah. I mean, if Merv wants to relive episode 4, we could talk about that as well.
That seemed like a very long conversation, guys.
It was. Yeah. When you watch it, Merv, you understand.
I'll tell you what, Merv. Watch episode before you listen back to the pod. Yeah, watch episode 4, then listen to the pod and go, okay, cool, I get it.
I intend to, man. I intend to.
Bro, I'm gonna watch it tonight. Like 1 o'clock in the morning, we're gonna get messages. What the?
Merv's like, I can't sleep.
I'm just waiting till this ends, innit, so I can watch it, basically.
Woo! All right, bro. On a quick one, yeah. A Netflix film came out last week by Spike Lee, The Five Bloods.
Yeah,
a Spike Lee joint.
It was a Spike Lee
on my list to watch. Yeah,
and. Just a brief overview was like there are 4 bloods. They returned to Vietnam to retrieve the body of their captain who had died, Stormin Norm, who had died over there when they was in the Vietnam War.
Is that Black Panther guy, yeah?
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman.
And also some gold that they ended up burying. So the gold was dropped by the CIA. And while they was on tour, they got it and they buried it in the mountains, and they've come like years later to come and retrieve it. And it's got Delroy Lindo in it, Clark Peters and Isaiah Whitlock, which is from The Wire. So that is You know the detective, the one with the glasses, the one who,
Yeah.
and Clay Davis.
Okay.
Yeah, Lester, innit?
Yeah, Leicester.
Yeah,
Leicester.
Lester. And the other one, yeah.
So for me, seeing those two was good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it kind of was like a story about their journey, to be honest, like their journey and how they've had to deal with like the post-traumatic stress of being in Vietnam. Like, and I won't go in, like, I don't want to spoil too much of the film because obviously I'm not going to watch it, Kel, and obviously it's quite fresh, so I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
But I think for me, as somebody who isn't born in America, so doesn't know the real history of the Vietnam War, I kind of want to know a little bit more about the Vietnam War and why they even went to fight in Vietnam. And like, there's a Vietnamese lady that does like a kind of news report almost kind of thing. Well, I don't know if she was a news reporter or she was kind of narrating the story.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's almost like she's talking to them and saying like, they just killed Martin Luther King in America and the people are rioting and kind of demonstrating or whatever. And you're here fighting this war for somebody that doesn't even care about you, man. Like it was very powerful. It was very powerful. And
yeah, no, definitely, man.
Yeah, go on, Merv, sorry.
No, go on, no, you go on.
No, I was going to say, it brought me back, even though we had watched this like months ago, but I kind of want to go back and watch Watchmen again because I don't think I truly appreciated the history that they were showing us in Watchmen. Like, the stuff that they did in Tulsa, so now as the kind of Black Lives Matter movement, we know more about stuff like Black Wall Street and all that kind of stuff. And even like them going to Vietnam, and that's where it happened in Vietnam. And the fact that so many of the Black Americans or Black African Americans were going to fight in Vietnam, like kind of gave me another kind of spin to it.
Apparently there's bare mixed-race Vietnamese people, you know, apparently there's bare, like, They have no idea who their dad was, in it.
Yeah, well, you'll see something about that in the program.
Oh, okay, there you go.
It addresses that as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
What did you think of it, though, Merv?
No, do you know what? It was
long.
Like, do you know what? It was long, but actually, when I think about it, it wasn't. I know I watched it in sort of drips and drabs in it across the day, basically, but no, man, it was powerful stuff, man. Like, and the performances, like Delroy, like let's not ignore Delroy Lindo, in it. Like, this
Delroy
guy,
Lindo, amazing.
He deserves some form of award for his role in this film, bro, because he went in. Like, you could tell that he just put his all into it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I started hating him.
Yeah.
Like, I hated him. Like, I hated his character. I was like, nah, bro, you're washed, bro. You're not for the fours. You're not for the people. You're not part of the Bloods no more.
Yeah, if he doesn't get some sort of award either for best actor or best supporting actor or just something, like, I'm like, nah, you done him dirty, man. But
he did well.
Like, it was, and obviously it's a Spike Lee joint, so you can't expect anything less of. He's just really throwing those political statements in your face, innit? What it is. And on top of it, it's just really shocking. Like, there's some images in there you will see, you're like, did I just see that? Do you know what I mean? Like, so, and it's the same, apparently it's the same action choreographer as Extraction as well.
Okay.
So like, obviously it wasn't as deep as Extraction, but I'm like, yeah. And one thing that was good though, what I noticed that for some reason didn't bother me, what I thought it should do is, you know, like, because you kind of go through the current time and the past. So like when there was Vietnam fighting in the war,
and the fact they all look the same age.
Yeah, spot on. And I'm like, wait a minute, ain't you supposed to look younger, or if not, shouldn't you be a different actor as your younger self? I'm like, for some reason, this works for me.
Yeah,
and they got away with it. Yeah,
they did get away with it because they look exactly the same.
Yeah, it's the same person, same people. Like they even dye their hair or nothing. It's just like
serious.
Yeah, so I'm like that's interesting because, you know, like nowadays they're using a lot of de-aging technology and all that stuff, and there's something, as much as like, you know what, you've got the technology to make someone look younger, but it throws me off. Like, I don't know if any of you guys seen The Irishman, but it's awful. Like, I mean, the film was good, but the agent just took me out of it because I'm like, Robert De Niro is I think it was supposed to be like 30, mid-30s, was moving like an 8-year-old man, isn't it? It just wasn't. Yeah. So I'm kind of glad I just thought, you know what? Look, we know they're supposed to be young, but we're just going to keep them old, and it doesn't distract you from the film at all. And no, the film was great, man. Like, definitely a good worth a watch.
Definitely watch.
And yeah, it's like, I don't really, you know, you watch these films all the time, or you watch programs and they mention, yeah, I was in Nam, I was in the 25th Regiment or something. It's like, okay, but this film actually made me think a lot more about Vietnam. And I actually I would never thought in a million years that, like, you're obviously going to have black soldiers, but it's like, you didn't realize how many of them were in Vietnam, basically, or in the war in general. Do you know what I mean? So,
Frontline, man. They always put the black people in front line, innit? So that's what
and
they
you just don't think it at all.
Yeah, no, you don't. Because again, you're thinking Vietnam War has got nothing really to do with you. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it was interesting. Even the song, like if you notice, they had like some songs like Marvin Gaye. They had 6 Marvin Gaye songs throughout.
Yeah, it's almost like a Marvin Gaye soundtrack, man.
Yeah. It's like kept on like what's going on. It was good, man.
Yeah. No, definitely a good film, man.
It was powerful, man. It was powerful. So yeah, if you ever get a chance to watch The Five Bloods, have a watch of that. What's the rest of the man they've been watching?
Well, I've been watching Stargirl, you know. Sorry, bruv. I've been watching Stargirl, bruv. Bruv, I think you enjoy it as well, you know. I think you enjoy it. No, listen, it's not corny like the CWs. It's not your Flashes or your Supergirls, bruv. It's serious. Like the opening scene, you'll have you like, wow! Like the opening scene. Yeah,
but did you not think, that's what I'm saying, do you not think the first episode was like a movie, bruv?
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The first episode, I was like, wow.
I might give it a go. One episode.
Yeah, and you think it'll fall off, but it gets good. Like, there's a few parts you're like, okay, but majority of it is like gripping, really good storyline, and yeah, bro, it's just really it's put together really good, nicely. Do you know what I mean? And like the villains are villains. Do you know what I mean? Like they're proper villains. No patterns. Like we're murking you in it. And like yeah, man, no, it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
No, it's based about young. It's based about the young. Like it's basically the second generation. Like it's like Titans basically. It's like Titans, but on a softer scale. Yeah.
Like a young Justice thing, yeah. Basically.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a Young Justice. Exactly that. Yeah.
Watch Mo start watching it now.
No, but I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it.
I might watch one episode, and if not, I'll just let Charlie finish the rest for me, man. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think Charlie chats about it.
No, I haven't seen anything like that.
Marlon, give it a try as well, man. I think you enjoy it, man.
Yeah, I'm actually up to episode 2, and I don't know why I just haven't watched it, but there's like, I think they're on episode 5 now, so it'll give me a couple episodes
already. Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, I will. What platform is it on?
Alternatives, yeah, it's alternative.
Because I don't know when that's coming out in the UK.
Nah, no idea.
Anything else?
Little fires burning, man. Little fires burning.
Sorry, go on, Merv. Sorry.
Little fires.
Sorry, no, you go, Marlon. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna they're talking about Superman 2 with Henry Cavill. That's on.
Oh yeah, I heard that's in the works,
man. Yeah. So I'm thinking they're gonna they're bringing back Ben Affleck to do certain bits in Justice League as well. So
yeah, exactly.
All this could probably lead to a proper DC universe kind of thing. Hopefully.
We hope so, man. Listen, man, I've been crying for this for so long, so I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. No, I'm intrigued, man. I'm intrigued, because it's going to be. I think it's going to be the Man of Steel sequel is going to follow on from Justice League.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I would like to see where they go with Superman, because they're not doing him right.
It's annoying because, as we know, I feel like this is the best one we've had since the original. Well, not
yeah, I agree with that.
So
yeah, definitely.
They need to do something proper with him, man.
Yeah.
He's getting old.
Yeah, man. So, Marv, what are you watching, bro?
Yeah, Little Fires Burning with Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington on Amazon Prime. That I was hooked on that, man. I almost finished it in a day, but I didn't. So, but that's really good, man. It's just I'm not even going to spoil it. I'm just saying, like, it's intense. A lot of bratish behaviour as well. Like, it's one of the ones you're watching it and you start thinking of your kids, man. Like, you're thinking they're all sweet and innocent now, but when they get a bit older, you're like, protect them. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, but no.
I mean, without giving it away, can you just give it like a slight synopsis about, or would it spoil it?
It's about, like, I don't know if they're middle class or upper class in America, like some family, Reese Witherspoon's family, and she ends up coming in contact with Kerry Washington's character and her daughter, which she feels like she's trying to help them, but as soon as their lives just cross with each other, it's just chaos. And the thing is, you kind of watch it and you think, like, I don't like you, but you're in the right, or I don't like. You kind of feel, basically, it's like almost every single character. I'm pretty sure there's only one character in that whole series that I liked.
Oh, is it?
There's a lot of people in there, and you just love to hate the characters in it, basically. But you just want to see what happens with them and next in it. So it's definitely worth a watch, man. Definitely.
All right, cool.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen Big Little Lies as well. That was on Sky Atlantic.
Nah,
also with Reese Witherspoon and what's her name, Nicole Kidman, and I can't remember Cheyenne. I can't remember her name, but she was in the Divergent series, like the main character. Reese Witherspoon's character kind of seems very similar to this. Like, it's like they almost just like picked her up and put her in this program as well. But so no, it's definitely worth to watch. And that's what made me. I went straight on to the morning show afterwards as well, like also with Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston, and that was like, that was good as well, man. Yeah.
So you got a little thing for Reese, yeah?
Do you know what?
A little thing for Reese, boy.
I've only like sort of known her in these like probably mid to late 90s movies, isn't it? And she was just that typical, I don't know, sweetheart, American sweetheart sort of thing. And it's like, I don't know if she's got much range in her acting in it, but seeing these performances of her, I'm like, no, she's good, man. She's good. You know what I mean? Like, she's so definitely recommend it.
All right, cool.
All right. Well, there's a few things for us to watch. I don't know if anyone's been watching it. Just a quick shout out. Big Brother, 20 years old this year. And they've been doing shows every night on E4 with Rylan and who's the one you said? Sorry, I'm not even going to
Davina McCall.
Davina McCall. I was about to do Kel knows what I'm going to say it. I know exactly
what you're going to say.
I'm going to say it. Yeah, with Rylan.
Or the Batty. I say it. I'll say it.
In uni, Kel used to be like, nah, Nate, did you see Davina?
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I'm with Kel on this one.
Trust me.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Davina, boy.
The other day I was talking about what's her name anyway, bro. So it's cool, fam.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Let's not even say her name because I got my son sent me bloody voice notes about. Is that what you like, Dad? So it's cool, bro. But again, you know, it was Big Brother again was a big part of, like, obviously reality TV in general. But for me, it was like a big part of my life. Like the first Big Brother, so like the first episode they showed was the episode with Nasty Nick, where they catch Nasty Nick.
Yeah.
But randomly, that year was the first year I ever went to Iron Napa. And I was actually in Napa when the Nasty Nick thing happened. So I missed it. So like when I came back, my sister had like recorded all these videos for me to watch.
Yeah.
Of like when Nick had done it. And then like obviously you got years later, you had the one with like what was his name? The Jungle Cats, which was like
Victor
and them, man.
Remember that beef that kicked off of Victor?
Nadia, innit? Nadia.
That's the way they let it ride back
then.
What
you gonna do? Do you remember? Because you used to be able to watch Big Brother.
Let's give them a little bit. Let's give them a little bit of time.
Like, you used to have to watch it like all 24 hours a day, just sitting there.
I remember that.
And then if it got a bit interesting, you heard the chickens. They chickens.
What was that? That was dubbed as Big Brother Fight Night, innit, or something?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I remember, because you remember it was 24? You could watch it 24 hours.
It was the first time it went black screen, innit?
Yeah.
And I remember it was about 3-4 in the morning, and Richard called my phone, bruv. I was in bed sleeping. He called my phone. Merv, they're fighting. I was like, what? I was so dazed, innit? Like, I remember that so vividly.
Bruv, I remember I was in my house. My sister Tanya was in her house, and we was on the phone. And we was like, "Oh my God, are you watching it? The screen's gone black. What's happened? What's happened?" Bruv, for about 45 minutes, the screen was just black.
That was a hot topic, bro.
Bruv, hot, like, bruv, you know, and them times there's no social media.
Yeah. No,
so
no one knew what was going on. No one, there's no stories. It was just like straight waiting for Channel 4 to say something.
Yeah, but them times there, I'm not gonna lie, Big Brother was definitely a big part. And I remember, like I said, different series.
R.I.P. Jade, man.
Yeah.
She was a character as well, bro. She was a mad character. Proper love.
Definitely, like Ashley. Ooh. Yeah. Anyway, let's not go into who's who in Big Brother. Let's just keep it moving. But yeah, shout out to Big Brother, 20 years older than that.
Yeah, shout out, man.
I don't know if they're gonna do any more because obviously it went.
I think they should leave it alone now because everyone's playing the game.
5. That's what I think it is now. I think it's more of a game.
It's not organic anymore.
Yeah, it's not organic, man.
Like the first couple of series were just regular people in the house.
Trust me. Because you can all relate to a character because you're like, that's more me. Do you know what I mean? So everyone pick their own sides. And you're like, what? You like my man? Remember Makosi? Oh,
bro, you know
Makosi.
You know Makosi? I think one year Makosi must have shouted me out and said happy birthday to me on Facebook.
Serious.
Have I saved that message?
And with Derek as well. But there's some characters, bro.
Derek, Science.
Oh, yeah,
Science. Yeah, man.
Makosi tried to say that she was pregnant when she was gyrating with my
I know.
I was talking about that the other day. Now that's funny, man. Like within seconds of it finishing,
guy,
I think I'm
in the bathtub.
And do you remember Kinga?
Yeah.
The one who with the bottle. Bottlegate. So there's a pub at my road. Do you remember Kel, the Eagle? That was on the she used to go in there. Her and the one that was going out with Stuart. The one that she slept with him underneath the table. They put like bare kind of
Was it Saskia? Not Saskia.
No,
that was a different one, isn't it? That's a different one.
But yeah, all of them. I met all of them there. Yeah, random.
Yeah, man. That's what characters, man. Proper characters. Remember Alex, that white guy? Do you remember him?
Which one? There was a few Alex.
Yeah, he had a little bit of stubble, and he was a clean freak, proper clean freak. And what's her name? The one that works on, she's on ITV now, the morning show. Like she does the work.
You're talking about what is her name?
Big lady, big black lady.
Alison.
Yeah, she goes one day. She goes, yeah, I'll piss in the shower. So what?
Yeah.
The disgust of Alex. You what? You what? You piss in the shower? How dare you? Oh man, he went mental.
As I'm saying that, even to the celebrity ones. Do you remember when the MP George Galloway?
Oh yeah.
Was pretending to be a cat? No.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like, it's definitely Now, Big Brother, I'll shout you out. There were some definitely good memories of my childhood, boy.
And what's his name? His mum was in there as well, wasn't it? Jackie Sylvester Stallone's mum.
Yeah.
Jackie Stallone.
What was it? I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, that was in one of the celebrity ones, the later one.
Yeah.
And then even Dennis Rodman in one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The celebrity wasn't. I never really enjoyed that much. To be honest.
Yeah,
I didn't really watch them. Yeah, I didn't really watch them.
Like them people, they're too used to cameras anyway. So
yeah, you know what I mean.
It's not.
And I suppose they got to be careful as well, isn't it? Like,
thank you.
Yeah.
And that is when, for me, that's when Big Brother started editing shows. So it started editing it to show you what you want to see, as opposed to, at least before, it was an experiment. You saw everything. When now they're getting 24 hours, putting it in a 40-minute episode and slapping some bricks.
Yeah.
So they kind of like orchestrate who should win and who should lose.
Yeah.
All right, well, people, that's episode 49. Next week is episode 50.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, party. I don't know. We'll see what we can do, bro.
See what we could do, man.
I ain't gonna touch no white rum, guys, because you know what I mean, we'll save that to Christmas. And apparently, the Fully Geek ladies, they wanna try and do a special with us for the finale from I May Destroy You. So I don't know. Let's see if that might happen.
Okay, cool. It gets different perspectives in it.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Alright, bro. Have a good night, man. Peace, guys.
See you, man.
Alright, man.